I'd like to discuss with you at this time the meaning of emunah. What really is emunah? To believe. We have a prayer that we say in the morning when we put on the tefillin, and we wind the straps of the tefillin around the arm. We say the words, V'yirastach li be'emunah v'yodat es Hashem. We wrap around our arms with these strings as a symbol that we want to tie you, the Rabbi Shlita, to us. And what are the tools that we use? V'yirastach li li'olam, v'yirastach li b'tzedek u'v'mishpat u'v'chesed u'v'rachmim, v'yodat es Hashem. We tie you to us with tzedek, justice, mishpat, judgment, emunah, belief, and that's how we know God. Now the question is emunah belief? It isn't that. Emunah is to believe. But is it knowing? So what does the Rabbi Shlita mean when he says, if you tie yourself to me with emunah, you will know God? Let's look at parshat bishalach and learn from parshat bishalach the answer to this question. They went into the desert with Moshe Rabbeinu, and remember, Moshe Rabbeinu had his physical needs as well, so that whatever the desert would provide for Moshe Rabbeinu to exist, it would have to provide Jews as well. Rabbeinu, who gave us the Torah, who had so much knowledge, didn't he know this? You're going into a desert where there is no water. Man must rely upon water to survive. So what was the answer? Why didn't Moshe Rabbeinu himself ask this question? Rabbi Shlita, how will we have water to give Klal Yisrael? He didn't. It was Klal Yisrael who complained. They had water till then. They were worried, if we're going into the desert and we won't have water, we will perish. And that was the flaw. God brought you out of Egypt to perish. God brought you out of Egypt to make you his people, who would teach the world who God was, who will give the message of God to the world by being a godly people, by following his laws and showing mankind what a good look like, and set an example for mankind. And here Klal Yisrael, who saw the miracles of Mitzrayim and didn't have any water with them to travel through the desert, knowing that there was no water in the desert, asked, what are we going to do? There's no water. And Moshe Rabbeinu came to the Rabbeinu Shalom and he said, Rabbeinu Shalom, the Jews have a taina to me. They don't see the source of water. We do. And so the Rabbeinu Shalom says to Moshe Rabbeinu, it's not that they don't see the source of water that's missing. They don't see that they don't have to worry about the source of water. The Shalom says to him, who took us out of Egypt? Who fought the greatest power in the world for Klal Yisrael? If not the Rabbeinu Shalom. Did they not see the miracles that happened in Mitzrayim? Who do they think brought these miracles to save Klal Yisrael? Now, if the Rabbeinu Shalom could do these miracles, what was the problem with water? Water would be available to them. The Rabbeinu Shalom would provide the water. But no, they hadn't reached that stage of emunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They haven't reached that stage of knowing God as a human being could know God. And do you want to know how you can know God? You need these prerequisites. V'yarastach li b'tzedek u'b'mishpat v'chesed u'v'rachim v'yarastach li li'olam v'yadatas Hashem. You have to build a nation that would understand what righteousness is, what law is, and what mercy is. All these traits are necessary for you to be a godly people. And you have to learn it. And you haven't learned it as yet. And therefore, we're going to have to teach you about these traits as a nation. And you have to be an example for the rest of the world. They look at Klal Yisrael, and they have to learn from Klal Yisrael the purpose of God's creation. Which leads us to the question, the truth is, why did God create us? Is it because he had a need for creation, wanted to, just because of his own personal need? The Rebbe has no needs to fulfill. He has it all. It's all his. I'm not going to get to this. So why did he create us? Because of the words that we say. The first thing, chesed, mishpat, urachamim, are very essential. Chesed is loving kindness. And he wanted to share part of what he really is with a being that is human, with a understanding, with something that once he learns about the Ratzon, the will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and fulfills it, will be a new creation that man creates. Every mitzvah that a man does is a new creation. It never existed before. It's a deed of the Ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In other words, He created a human being with the intelligence of a human being in order to do the bidding of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But there was one condition that he made, and that condition is called Bechira. He didn't force it upon man, because if he would have done that, then what was the value of it? Free will? Man had to do it because God forced him to do it. So God doesn't have to force him to do something that God himself can do. But he wanted to create an image of himself in man. And that image is to be God-like in that respect, of doing the mitzvahs that the rabbi Shalom wants him to do. And by so doing, he is fulfilling the wish and the ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that really is the purpose of creation. To give man the freedom, that's what we're saying now. To give man the freedom of saying, no, I don't want to do what you, God, tells me to do. But Rabbeinu Shalom, because I believe in you, I'm going to do it. And when I do it, I'm not going to only believe in you, I'm going to know you. The doing gets the result of knowing. And that's the meaning of tying the tefillin around your arm, and when you say to the rabbi Shalom, I'm tying you to me, so you, and by knowing you, I am fulfilling your wish. And so we learn from this evening's talk that the whole purpose of creation, and it's the only purpose, was that God wanted man to know him. Thank you.
What?
Let me listen.
Wow, beautiful.
Huh?